Yes, and welcome to Alpha Tutors. In today's video, we are going to be talking about writing. I'm going to teach you all the basics that you need for writing. This video will be an in-depth video, and yeah, let's get into the video and see what I have in store for you guys. Let me share my screen. All right, let's get into today's video. Make sure you have something nice and cold to drink on the side as you take in this information. But once again, I just want to encourage you guys to, if you want to find out more information, you can always go to our website where you can check out all these free resources that we have there that will really help you expand your learning and take it to another level. I really appreciate if you guys would go to my website and find out more. You can find it on AlphaTutorsOnline. Right, let's jump into today's video. All right, so when it comes to writing, there is a lot of different things that we need to talk about. We need to talk about what is writing, what is involved in writing. And today we're really going to cover all these things together in this live video. Are you guys ready? Let's go. All right, just next slide. All right, cool. So there is, today we're just going to be speaking about general writing. General writing is very much, I think, for me, the basics that we can talk about when it comes to writing. It's not overly complicated. You can understand it. And when it comes to writing, to me personally, I always kind of tie it with my a person. That type of writing. What type of writing do you love writing? Are you more into descriptive? Are you more into narrative? Are you more into text? So it really depends with yourself and what type of writing you like doing. And I always say, you know, it's always good to read all different types of writing. You can always find, let's say for newspaper articles, you can always read a newspaper, magazine articles, and all these things, because this thing, reading that will expose you to a lot of interesting things, and it'll also teach you on how you can approach these types of writing. So just to let you know that there are many types of writing that come into consideration when we're talking about writing. And it's important for you to have an exposure to all these types of writing. Right. So mostly this specific one here is for IELTS. So if you're doing your IELTS exam, this is what we call the general writing, which consists of 150 words to 250 words. Now, it's not really challenging to get to this number if you have the right tools that you have been equipped and you know what you're doing. It's not complicated. And in this video, I will teach you all those things. In this task, test takers are asked to report to a section or solution by writing a letter. For example, they can request information or explain a situation. All right, in task two, test takers write an essay in response to a point of view, argument, or a problem. So they will give you like, let's say they will give you like a problem. Let's say there's a problem in South Africa of shortage of food or whatever the case may be. And what you are required to do is kind of highlight all those problems and explain them in a broader situation. Or maybe let's say they'll ask you like, which one is better between vegetarian and people who eat meat? And you kind of have to tell the difference between those two, which is very interesting and fun. Right, let's go into the next slide. All right, so we're gonna do this step by step. I'm gonna cover this stuff for you guys step by step. So choose the right type of paper. let's just say use the right choose the right the type. I mean, sorry, choose the right type of writing. Let me put that in that way. What that means is choose the correct writing. So remember, I said we've got narrative, descriptive, informative writing. Um, there is text, there is blogs, there is diary. There's all these types of writing, and depending on what they are asking you to write. So if they're asking you to let's say report the situation, that is more of descriptive. So you're describing the situation in this context. You're describing the situation, whether it's explaining the pros and cons of people who eat meat, or the pros and cons of people who eat vegetables. That's what you're kind of doing. So choose the perfect type of writing first. Let's go on. Use the right format. Now, using the right format is very, very critically important, because this is where you score your marks, is when you understand the question and you know exactly what you're doing. It makes it way more easy for you to get in, to share the information, to give us everything that the examiner wants there. So it's really important that you know the right format, and we're gonna talk about that in today's video, when we gonna be covering all the stuff. Right. If it's a letter, it's very important that you include address and the date. If you're writing a letter, very, very important. Include the solution or the situation. I always say it's very important for you to highlight what you are doing in your writing, whether it's the letter or just the writing. It's very important that you do highlight what exactly you are responding to. Write the body of your letter. Yeah, let's get into that step by step. Let's go. All right. Number one is what I call the introduction, or the heading. If it's a letter, this will include your address and the date. Usually you write at the upper right corner of a paper and spell out the name of the man that, whatever, let's say if there is a particular date in this situation, or you have to include the date of when you're writing the paper. So if you're writing the paper today, the date would be 21 December 2021. The date that you would put in there. If it's normal writing, this is where you put in your heading, your title, depending what letter it is, depending the heading of the text that they have given you on the above. So you can just highlight that, and then you explain the situation that you're writing. It's very important that you do that. Let's go on to the next two. Right, now we get into the body. So this is where you say hello, part of your letter. It's also known as the greeting. It is located on the greet. If it's for a letter, is the greeting. So basically telling the person or whoever the letter may concern. This is where you indicate, oh, I'm writing this letter to explain to you blah blah blah, or I'm writing this letter to because of this and this and that. Yeah, so this is where you put it. And then if it's your writing, this is where you would indicate what we call the introduction. Your introduction has to be a summary of your whole story. So this is where you highlight everything that you're going to talk about. Let's give an example. Well, let's say you are explaining the vegetarian and people who eat meat. So you'd say, in the following text, we are going to be discovering, or we're going to be unveiling the truth behind vegetarians and people who eat meat. We're going to talk about the pros and cons for both situations. So this is where you would highlight exactly what you are diving into, and then you start with your juicy stuff and all your stuff. So it's very important that you do summarize everything in the introduction of your story. Now of the body. Here is where you explain everything, your thoughts and ideas. In other words, this is the reason why you're writing the letter. You can start by explaining the situation. So this is where you now get into all the details that we need to know about exactly what you're writing. You cover everything. Leave no stone unturned in your body. Speak everything. Tell us all the pros and cons of why eating meat is good or why eating meat is not good. Speak about why vegetables are the best solution or why vegetables are not the best solution. This is where you speak your heart out, where you show the writer that you know what you are doing and you know your English. And at the same time, it's really important that you understand punctuation, grammar. Watch out for a video that we're going to be speaking on these situations. If you are finding this information very useful, please hit that thumbs up. It will really help with this platform, with this channel that we're trying to grow. Share with your friends and family. I would really appreciate that. I release these videos for free, and you liking this video and sharing would mean a lot to me. All right, so it is really important for you to know your grammar, know your punctuation, know all this stuff, so that you don't get if you don't get penalized for that. So that when you're just writing your body, we know that you're just giving the best information out there that you have to write. And the closing, in other words, the conclusion, you're saying, this is where you say the goodbye parts of your letter or whatever it is. So you can use sort of a conclusion. What is your stand? Personally, I would say I always go with where my stand, like what my thoughts or whatever it is. But that's if you are asked to sort of tell us your point of view. This is where I would say, overall, I love vegetarian because our economy is going through very difficult global change, and I think the best solution for the world is eating vegetables, or maybe you would say the best solution would be eating meat. It will save, etc., etc. Name your stuff of why you think that it just really summarize your point, make it strong, make it powerful. It really has to speak a lot there. The writer just needs to get this amazing thing. When it's just reading that, it just has to be like such an amazing presence to it. So your closing is where you shine in your, actually you shine in everything, but in your conclusion, you shine way more because you are ending and you don't want to give us a nice, like when you go to a restaurant, they have starters. Think about it as your introduction, with this beautiful starter. And if your starter is not amazing, not a lot of people are going to continue to your main course. So it's very important that you keep your starters interesting and amazing. So when you get to your main course, we enjoy it. And then the dessert really has to it's like a closing of everything. It has to be beautiful. So it really closes everything, because I don't think any of us would appreciate having a nice main course and then you have a dessert. I do note that a lot of students love putting their heart out in their body introduction, and then in the conclusion they just sort of put a lot of stuff that is not interesting. So really close nicely there. All right. So yeah, this is a lot of that. I think this information will really help you just to understand overall the general part of writing, what is expected of you, your grammar, your vocabulary. Always try to put all these things inside there to make sure that your packaging is good. For no present is not complete without putting a ribbon on it. So your grammar, your vocabulary, your punctuation will be that ribbon on top of everything there, just to wrap everything up nicely together. I hope this information was useful to you. If you found this information useful, please give me a thumbs up there. Follow this page, subscribe to this channel. Go check me out on Facebook, Instagram, or if you're watching from Facebook, go check my YouTube out. I would really appreciate if you guys can follow this page for more. That's it from me to you, and I hope that you enjoyed our lesson for today. Right. Until I see you guys again, take care, stay cool, and see you on the next video. Bye for now.